morning, class. Following on from our investigations into mini beasts and our class excursion to the butterfly sanctuary, the culmination of this science unit will be creating and presenting a mini beast information report. Your report will be created using an iPad app called Explain Everything. The first slide will be your title. As you can see, the report that I have created is about the Ulysses butterfly, an information report on the Ulysses butterfly. My second slide is a picture of the Ulysses butterfly, where I researched the picture in Google Images and inserted it into my slide. You'll be doing the same for your mini beast. Following on, I have drawn a diagram and annotated the different parts of my butterfly. I have drawn the head, antenna, the wings, abdomen and thorax. And I have then labelled each part. My fourth slide explains the life cycle of the butterfly. Starting from the egg, which is hatched on a leaf, then hatching into a larvae or caterpillar. Following the caterpillar stage is the chrysalis or pupa stage, and finally the butterfly. My last slide displays the habitat of the butterfly, and note my heading habitat, as each slide will have its own heading. Thank you for listening to my report about the Ulysses butterfly. Now it's your turn to create your report on your mini beast. Now I am sure you are all wondering how you will create your report in Explain Everything, an app you have never used before. Well, let me show you. To get started, you will click on the Explain Everything icon on your iPad. It'll then come up with this screen. On the very top left hand side of this screen is a plus sign which you will click onto. On clicking on the plus sign, it'll bring up my color palette. I will choose the green palette. As you can see, my first slide is now green and it says slide 1 of 1. Next, I'm going to type my title. By clicking on this large A will bring up my text box and my keyboard. I will then type my title out. And having a look over here, I can change the size of my text, the font, or the position. Once I'm happy with my text, I'm going to click on the green circle with a tick in it. As you can now see, I have the title of my report. And I have been able to position it to the middle of my page. Next, I'm going to go on to my next slide, and I have gone on to slide 2 of 2 by clicking on the plus button just over there. This brings me up with my second slide. I've decided I would like to change my text to a different color. So I have clicked on the color palette, which then brings up this color box, and I can select what color I would like. I have chosen blue color. On having typed out my title of my next slide, the Ulysses butterfly, I have positioned it clicking on the hand. Then I have been able to move it to where I would like it positioned. Next, I'm going to click on the plus button, which brings up this box for me to add a picture. I'm going to click on photo, video or file, and there I can access my photos that's on my iPad. And here we have the next slide with the heading, the Ulysses butterfly, and the photo that I have selected. The photos you will select will be photos you have saved on your iPad from Google Images. You have already done this on your iPad, so you should all hopefully be familiar with this. Going on to my next slide by clicking the plus button, I now have slide 3 of 3. I've decided to make my title red, and in doing that I've clicked on my color palette and selected the red. And I have my heading diagram of a Ulysses butterfly, and I'm ready to draw my butterfly. If I have a look at the top left hand side on my screen, is a thick pencil. I'm going to select this one and select the smaller of the circles so it's not too thick. Then I'm going to have a go drawing my butterfly using just my finger on the screen. And just like that, I have now created my butterfly. My next slide will be the life cycle of the butterfly. Firstly, my heading by clicking on the A as we've done previously, and then on the plus sign, inserting my image, which is the life cycle of my butterfly. And then on my next slide, I have the butterfly habitat. So once again, clicking on the large A, which will bring up my text box, typing in my heading, and then clicking on the plus sign, which will allow me to add my photo. And finally, my last slide. Thank you for listening to my report. Now there you have it. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this and you're all ready to start creating your wonderful mini beast reports.